Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro football, pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker is with me.
Excuse me!
Oh my God.
Excuse me!
Oh my God.
I can't do that voice. Excuse me! You're listening to Fourth and Pain. Excuse me!
I love it. That's, I guess, Adam Guerrero over there. Former wrestling announcer, weight loss champion, Chuck Carroll here. Thanks for joining us. New show each and every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, fourthandpain.com, and on Twitter at Fourth and Pain. Adam, this right here is how we go home. This is what we call the family segment on Fourth and Pain. Your questions, our answers, plus we're going to be joined by your lovely bride, Angie, here, coming up with the pulse in just a few minutes. But we start, my friend, with a question. We start with a question from Pete in Capitol Heights, who sent us a message, facebook.com/Fourth and Pain. He says, "Hey, Adam, I've been hearing this a lot recently. Should we trade Kirk Cousins and try to get a high draft pick, or is it better to keep him around in case RG3 gets injured again?"
All right, well, let's just go with the big question right out of the bag.
Yeah,
no
right?
softball ones for me today, huh?
No.
All right, so I wasn't really prepared. Basically, Kirk Cousins, love the guy, great teammate, good quarterback. The guy can play football. With Robert, you don't know if he's going to start game one. The hope is that he does. You need Kirk there. If he doesn't, also, if Robert were to go down throughout the season, you need Kirk there. I can also see where people are like, yo, we can get a second-round pick or a first-round pick, or we can get whatever for him. And the NFL is a business. It is what it is. I love Kirk. He's a great teammate. This is why I am not a coach. This is why I am a player, because I don't have to make these calls, and I could not make this call. I can see both sides of the fence. Personally, I love Kirk, but I'm going to let you be the coach on this one, Chuck.
Well, first, I'm an advocate of keeping him. I mean, frustrating as it may be for Kirk Cousins to sit there as a number two, knowing that there are 31 other teams that may want to give him the opportunity to start. The fact of the matter is, you, Kirk Cousins, were a big part of the reason why the Redskins were able to reach the postseason last year, coming in relief of RG3. And you did a tremendous job, and you've proven that you are an NFL caliber quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, you have just as much value to the Washington Redskins as a backup as you would to another franchise as a starter. So for that reason, I say keep Kirk Cousins in town.
Here's what I love. I love the fact that we have a problem that we have two guys that could start on just about any team in the entire NFL. Now, Robert's not going anywhere. Kirk remains to be seen, and either way, I understand it. It's a business. What a great problem to have.
Ah, man, it's a problem of luxury. Next question, Steven Cheverly writes in, "I saw the Oklahoma drill on Hard Knocks. Do the Redskins ever use it, and do you like it?"
I love the Oklahoma drill. I've never done it since I've been to the NFL, whether in my time in St. Louis or here in D.C. Some coaches like it. Some coaches think it bangs up the body a little bit too much. Some coaches like to get the juices flowing. It's just whatever the coach prefers. I don't know if there's a right and a wrong. I did it a lot at Nebraska. Here's what I will tell you. What you saw in Hard Knocks is very true. Guys check the board. Of course, at Nebraska, we didn't know who we were going against half the time. He would schedule about half of them, and then the second half of the drill would just be random. He would just randomly call guys out. So you'd be standing there, didn't know if you were going to go that day, didn't know if you were going to go 3 times, and a lot of it depended on how you did. Guys get amped up, guys get ramped up. And it's interesting because you find out who the physical guys on your team are. You find out who's a little bit scared and doesn't like contact as much. And it's interesting because our strength coach, before one of the drills, we did it one day, Dave Kennedy, now the strength coach at A&M, he said, he was asked, what is a great description of someone how do you know someone's physical? And he said, the Oklahoma drill, what happens at the point of contact is the perfect example of whether somebody is physical or not. Are you driving them back, or are they driving you back? That is being physical. When I'm a coach someday, I'll probably do it. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, man, I used to love doing that in high school, and I was the big, low, squatty guy, so I used to love that, and, there were lots of guys that just weren't nearly as big as I was in high school, and so they would have a hell of a time trying to push me back, but It was just, man, I love that drill. I was surprised to see it on the NFL level. So if you ever have a question for Adam Carriker, go to fourthandpain.com or tweet at fourthandpain. Ask an NFL player anything. There's a Fourth and Pain mailbag you can click on right there. Now let's transition a little bit here, Adam, as we always do this time in the show. We welcome your lovely bride, Angie, in with the Pulse. Angie, how are you this week?
Doing good.
Ah, there you are. I like that. You see, behind the scenes, she was working the mute button. She's been on hold the entire time. I love this.
Well, she's holding our baby Trinity again, so you may hear a few noises as you did last week.
Now, let's get right down to it. Adam, I saw a post on Facebook, and I saw a tweet. We have dueling stories here. Did she or did she not make you watch Desperate Housewives?
No, she did not make me watch Desperate Housewives. I watched Desperate Housewives because I wanted to, because my wife wanted to, and I wanted to make my wife happy. So it's happy. So no, she did not make me watch Desperate Housewives, right, honey?
Desperate Housewives? How
Oh,
about
no,
the
not Desperate.
Bachelorette?
Yeah, The Bachelorette. What are you talking about?
Whatever,
The
man. Give it a
Bachelorette.
name. Those shows
That's your
are all the
favorite show,
same.
not mine.
Those shows are all the same. So anyway, how was it, buddy?
I don't know. Ask her. I was bored.
And how did he take it?
He shed a couple tears. It was okay.
Oh.
Aw.
Whatever.
He
Aw.
felt so bad for the two guys that weren't picked. And
Well, I will out myself a little bit here. The two guys, the one guy's name was Drew. I did feel bad for Drew, but there were no tears shed. And I watched this instead of Raw. That's how much I love my wife.
Wow. Did she give you a rose afterwards?
Well, she gave me something. It wasn't a rose.
Wow. Okay. Next
A bowl
question.
of fruit. It was a bowl of fruit.
Next question. If I'm not mistaken, your eye seems a little bit dark there, man. What happened?
Well, I was telling Angie about this, and basically my son and I were wrestling, and he caught me with an elbow and gave me a nice little shiner and a little black eye. And it's funny because growing up, the same thing happened with my dad and myself and my dad when I was little. So my dad tells me, and he goes to work. All the guys give him his crap. Oh, your wife's beating you up. And he's like, no, it's my little boy. 2 weeks later, eye is all healed up. Bam, I catch him again. So he has to go to work, and this time nobody at work believes him. Honey, do you believe me? Now, obviously, you weren't beating me up, but do you believe me that it was my son and nobody else was beating me up? It was our son.
I do. He's in Taekwondo. He's training to get his black belt for,
Oh, that's
putting on the moves. And then he's all about wrestling right now.
He loves it.
Thanks to Adam.
And Bane. He's big into Bane now because of me.
Dude. Like father, like son, and you got the scars to prove it. I'm loving this.
I was born into the darkness.
I love it. All right. Angie Carriker, we greatly appreciate you joining us. Please give Trinity my best. I can hear her in the background. And keep training for those CrossFit games, and we will catch up with you again next week.
Hey, Chuck, don't forget to go to the gym.
I won't. I make it there 3 to 4 times a week. Don't worry about me.
How's that workout we made up?
It's going great, man. I am chiseled and rock solid and ready to run 10 miles. Bring it on.
Since we made it 2 months ago, it's supposed to last 2 weeks, and we haven't heard from you since to get a new workout.
I like it so much, I just keep doing it over and over again.
All right, thank you, sweetie.
All right.
Angie Carriker with the Pulse. Give her a follow at Angie Carriker on Twitter. Always fun. Gives you the skinny on the haps with the Carriker household.
The inside, behind the scenes, the backstory scoop nobody else tells. Now, we're a little behind, so you got to hurry here, Charles. A little Ask a Weight Loss Champion. 2 questions here. The first one, other than calories, why do people say to cut sugar from your diet? This is from Bethany and Dewey via our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I don't need to be going to the gym to answer this one. The fact of the matter is, when you eat sugar, it programs your body to store fat. And not only that, sugar is kind of highly addictive in the body. So you eat some and then you want to eat some more. You make yourself crave sugar. So if you have candy in the morning, guess what? You're going to crave it in the afternoon and you're going to crave it in the evening. And those are those empty calories. And beyond that, it stores the fat. You won't lose weight. So take it easy with the sugars there. Be a weight loss champion.
All right, 30 seconds or less. Biggest Loser or the Extreme Weight Loss Show that's on Tuesday nights on ABC. if you had your choice, which show would you rather go on if you had to lose a bunch of weight again? This is from Anthony in Upper Marlboro via fourthandpain.com.
All right. In all honesty, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about either show, but from Adam, what you have told me about the show, because we've talked about it off the air, I would say the extreme weight loss, because it sounds to me like they have a long-term follow-up plan for the contestants, for the people on there, and that's absolutely critical. You can't just send somebody in front of a camera, have them drop this massive amount of weight, and then send them home and expect everything to be fine without any follow-up. Remember, it's not about a short-term diet. It's about a full-time lifestyle change. Not 30 days, 30 years is what you need to reprogram yourself for, and it seems to me that extreme weight loss does a better job at handling that. Now, last question goes to you, my friend, and this is from Chet, who tweeted us at Fourth and Pain. Follows up kind of about your pumping iron tip. How do you properly do squats? I'm afraid of injuring my back and knees.
A lot of people are scared to do them. They think it's bad for your knees. Well, I'm a guy who's doing a knee rehab after 3 knee surgeries, and I've already started to do body weight squats, and I will continue to progress. So that is the myth. Haha, Mythbusters. The proper way to do it: put the bar on your back, eyes to the sky, keep your knees back away from your toes. You go out over your toes, you start to affect your patella tendon. Keep your knees back, eyes to the sky, and get your depth. Get 90 degrees. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and you are going to hurt yourself. Do them proper and you will receive the proper benefits.
I like it. If you ever have any questions, fourthandpain.com is your destination. But for now, we are fresh out of time.
On behalf of myself, the largest arms on the D-line, my lovely bride Angie, and the weight loss champion himself, thank you for being a part of the Fourth and Pain family.